When people think about the ancient world, they usually assume that women were very oppressed because they're thinking about the Hebrews or the Greeks, but that was much less true in the larger and more powerful cultures in the Mediterranean, like ancient Egypt, where there actually were female rulers a few times in Egyptian history, and this is actually a statue of one of them. Her name is Hatshepsut, and she was a ruler of Egypt in the 15th century BC. She was a really important pharaoh, but when you look at this statue, the first thing you'll notice is that she's presented as a man, right? She has, above all, she's wearing a beard, which clearly identifies her as a man. That's actually a fake beard, because Pharaoh always wore a fake beard. It's a fake golden beard. But you can see she's wearing this kind of kilt that Egyptian men wear, and then her upper body is fairly clearly naked. And she doesn't have breasts, she has pecs. And it's a really interesting kind of gender non-binary statue, because it's a statue of a man, but all the names on it are in the feminine. So Hatshepsut was in fact at least what we would call a assigned female at birth. We don't really know too much about her gender presentation during her life. Some people think she presented as a man. In some of the other instances, she is in fact represented as a woman, and we can see one over here, where Hatshepsut is presented here. She's pretty clearly a woman. She's, her upper body, I don't know how you can tell, but you can see that her upper body is covered. And in this case, she clearly has breasts, and of course she doesn't have the beard. But at the same time, she's wearing the pharaonic crown, so she's clearly represented as female, but pharaoh. Now, the difference probably is that the larger statue comes from outside her funerary temple, where she's presented as pharaoh, and this one is from inside, where she's presented as herself. It's interesting, she's often called the first powerful woman in history, but just as with all powerful women, there was pretty clearly a backlash. And we can actually see that in looking at these statues, because most ancient Egyptian statues are in perfect condition. But this one has the hands are smashed, the nose is missing, and even on that one where she's presented as a man, there are cracks. And this is because all of the statues of Hatshepsut were smashed after her reign. And we don't exactly know when or why. Probably the simplest story is that she was not technically pharaoh. She was technically what we call a regent. She was ruling in place of a pharaoh